our chief host, the Honorable Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris Malagi, the Ontario Minister of Information and Information National Ontario Agency, whose support we always enjoy, and the Chairman of the occasion, Mr. John Momo, the Chairman and founder of Channels Television, for his consistent support to NUJ. Let me equally use this opportunity as well to appreciate the Director General of FRCN, Director General NTA, Director General Vaughan, and DG NAN for their support. As we gather here, our hearts swell with gratitude for a giant upon whose shoulders we stand. We honor our past leaders and members whose selfless contribution laid the ground for this formidable union. They faced incredible odds and challenges, yet their commitment to journalistic values never wavered. Many of those esteemed personalities have sadly passed on, but their legacies endure, vibrant and inspiring in our ongoing struggle for press freedom and the right of journalists across our beloved country, Nigeria. Let their indomitable spirit ignite a renewed fire within each of us as we continue to work they begun. For me, I must thank most sincerely and appreciate first leaders that are here. Let me begin by thanking most sincerely our father, former President George Izobo, and our brother, former President Sani Zoro, and our father, former President Larry, as well as former President Wahid Odishile. I will not forget to appreciate my mentor, former President Distinguished Senator Smart Adeyemi, and former President Mr. Chris Isugzo. For me, I was opportune to serve under 4 former presidents out of the 7 former presidents that are alive. I served under former President Smart Adeyemi. I also served under former President, former Commissioner of Information Mohammed Garba. I served under former President, former Commissioner of Information Wahid Odishile. I also served under former President, now Director General DG Chris Isugzo. I referred myself as someone who was nurtured by Smart Adeyemi, prepared by Mohammed Garba and Wahid Odishile, and celebrated during Mr. Chris Isugzo. The NUJ will boost a rich history consistently championing press freedom and safeguarding the right of journalists and upholding the highest standard of profession. For 7 decades, the union has been instrumental in inspiring Nigerian story, holding power accountable and giving voice to the voiceless. Journalism at its core is the cornerstone of any democracy. It serves as a vital watchdog, ensuring those in power are held responsible for their action. It is the essential platform for citizens to express their views and hold their leaders accountable in essence. It is a crucial bridge connecting the government and the governed. The NUJ journey has not been without a trial, from challenging days of military rule to our current democratic dispensation. Journalists have faced countless hurdles, censorship, harassment, and even violence. Yet through it all, the NUJ has remained unwavering in its commitment to press freedom and journalistic excellence. I'm also delighted to acknowledge the launch of a book, A Bleeding Ink today, a book commemorating this milestone. It chronicles the harrowing experiences and profound sacrifices of Nigerian journalists who have faced impunity. This is not just a historic record, it is meticulously cherished work that powerfully amplifies the NUJ urgent call for press freedom and journalistic safety. I commend the author, Shaib Usman Lehman, our former National Secretary, for his vital contributions. This book illuminates those critical narratives, serves as potent tool for advocacy, and a stark reminder of the constant vigilance required to protect our press. At the Nigerian Union of Journalists, we take eminent pride in having published this profound, significant work. We believe it will not only dedicate and inform, but also reinforce our collective resolve to champion the right and safety of journalists everywhere. As we honor those who have paved the way and those who remain steadfast today, let's reaffirm our unwavering commitment to protecting the fundamental principles that undervalue our noble profession. Nigeria Union of Journalists expressed its profound gratitude and excitement following the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu decision to confer national honor upon a distinguished group of Nigerian journalists. This significant recognition is timely tribute to the indispensable contribution and sacrifices made by the journalists throughout Nigerian democratic journey. This honor bestowed on often those dedicated journalists not only celebrate their past achievement, but also serve as a powerful rallying cry for the entire media community. This moment reinforces the crucial responsibility of reporters to continue advocating for the robust democracy and demanding greater transparency from all levels of government and ensure accountability in governance. A fearless and independent press is fundamental to health of any thriving democracy. Today, as we gather, as we extend our deepest gratitude and pay tribute to the visionary leaders who have steered the course of our union, we honor our past national president and national secretaries whose foresight, unwavering dedication, and profound commitment have been the bedrock of our progress. This tireless effort and sacrifice being bedrock of our progress. This tireless effort and sacrifice have not only shaped our past, but have also laid the robust foundation upon which our present achievement, and indeed, without their exceptional leadership, we simply could not have reached this significant milestone. In this spirit of recognition, we also take this opportune moment to acknowledge and celebrate remarkable contribution of selected distinguished personalities and state governors. Those are the people we have tirelessly championed the cause of good governance, fostering sustainable development, and promoting peace and prosperity across our beloved nation. Their exemplary work has made a tangible difference in the lives of countless citizens, embodying every essence of public service as responsible leadership. The award we are privileged to present today serve as a more than just a token of appreciation. They are a profound acknowledgement of their invaluable contributions. Furthermore, they are intended to be a powerful source of encouragement, urging them to persist in their vital work to ensure continuity, inspiring positive change, and to further dedicate their efforts to the continued progress and upliftment of the great nation. This ceremony also underscores a fundamental truth: a symbiotic relationship between a vibrant, responsible media and a dedicated, accountable leadership is not merely beneficial, but absolutely crucial for the flourishing of truly democratic society. This collaboration is the lifeblood of thriving democracy, ensuring transparency and accountability and the informed participation of all citizens. Together, we continue to build a nation where good governance, development, and well-being of every individual are paramount. In closing, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to members of local organizing committee under my able deputy, Mrs. Abimbola Ayotunde, for their commitment in making this event possible, and to all national officers and state council for their contribution to this anniversary. Before ending, let me equally this opportunity and thank sister organization, especially the president of NIPR, president of VON, as well as president of IPI, for finding time to be here. I am assuring you will continue to work together towards taking our country to a greater height. With this, I thank you most sincerely for this opportunity. Thank you, and God bless us all. Thank you very much.
It is fitting to congratulate the leadership and the membership of the NUJ on the auspicious, and by the way, this is the speech of the chairman, Dr. John Momoh, who at the last minute couldn't make it to Abuja today and asked me to represent him. Congratulations to the leadership of the NUJ on the auspicious occasion today, commemorating 70 years of journalistic excellence and the future of the Nigerian press. There is no way the story of our beloved country would be told without the illustrious roles played by journalists and the organization itself, the Nigerian Union of Journalists. If we look at the political history of our country, we remember the great Zik, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, who was a formidable newspaper publisher, papers such as the West African Pilot, ahead of Nigeria's independence, and of course, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, who in 1948 founded the Nigerian Tribune, which is today the oldest surviving private newspaper in Nigeria. The NUJ itself was founded on March 15, 1955 in Lagos, in the midst of Nigeria's struggle for independence from British colonial rule. And we remember some of the founding members of the NUJ, such as Mobolaji Odunewu, who is recorded as the first president of the union, and also was the first Nigerian chief information officer under the colonial government. He was the brother of the notable newspaper icon, Alade Odunewu. There was also Chief Olu Oyesonya, who was the secretary of the union and a member of the London Institute of Journalism. There was also Ebun Adesioye, was the treasurer. Increase Coker was an ex-official member. H.K. Ofoneri was also an ex-official member. And of course, we also have Chief Olabisi Onobanjo, a.k.a. Ayekuto, who was also an ex-official member who later became the governor of Ogun State in the Second Republic. Of course, we recollect that in the Third and the Fourth Republic, we also had an illustrious Nigerian journalist, and by far, one of the most prominent newspaper icons Nigeria has ever recorded, Aremo Olusegun Oshoba, who is today the father of the day. And so the NUJ and Nigerian journalists have actually produced great patriotic Nigerians whose impact in the overall development of our country and the profession itself cannot be overemphasized, such as, again, Alhaji L.K. Jakonde, who was also the Second Republic Governor of Lagos State. These individuals and many more, including past presidents and past leaders of the union that are here seated today, have played a crucial role in shaping what the NUJ today has become. Initially, the union focused on addressing issues such as better pay and better working conditions for journalists. And over time, the union has evolved into a trade union registered under the law with a broader mandate to improve the condition of journalists and to promote professional standards, and I dare say, to fight for the development of our country. It was in 1977 that the union underwent restructuring, transforming it into an effective trade union and professional body. And this led to the establishment of state councils, zones, and chapters in media organizations across the country. Today, NUJ operates 37 state councils, 6 zones, and numerous chapels with affiliate bodies such as the Nigerian Association of Women Journalists and the Nigerian Guild of Editors and the Sport Writers Association of Nigeria. In a democracy, the role of the press is so fundamental that US President Thomas Jefferson was quoted as saying, "If it were left to me to decide whether we should have a government without newspapers or newspapers without a government, I should not hesitate a moment to prefer the latter." This highlights the importance of a free press in a democratic society. Jefferson's statement emphasizes the role of the press in holding those who are in power accountable and promoting transparency. And I dare say that if you look at the last 70 years of the NUJ, Nigerian journalists, they have played that role successfully. Yes, it's a good place to clap. And so there is indeed a reason for Nigerian journalists and the NUJ to be celebrating today. Many of the battles that have been fought in this country, and many of the battles that have been fought and won in this country, has been because of what journalists and what the NUJ have contributed. And every Nigerian journalist should be proud of this. So we see that the NUJ is older than even the free country. NUJ was founded in 1955. Nigeria, as an independent country, was founded in 1960. And so when Nigerian journalists call attention to critical issues, and when Nigerian journalists seem to be somehow very critical of what is happening, it is because the NUJ and Nigerian journalists, they are the bigger brothers of Nigeria. Finally, with current membership of the NUJ running into thousands, the organization is poised to continue to play a vital role in advancing the welfare and the safety of Nigerian journalists, and in also insisting and campaigning and advocating for enlargement of the democratic space in our country, a duty to which it has always been committed, and a duty that I dare say that NUJ and Nigerian journalists will continue to promote. On that note, once again, let us congratulate the NUJ and all Nigerian journalists and the leadership of this union for doing an excellent job in the issue of our country, for doing an excellent job in the promotion of the welfare of journalists in Nigeria. And hopefully, as we continue in the years to come, we can even do much more in ensuring that the welfare of Nigerian journalists becomes a very important issue, and that the welfare of Nigeria as a democratic country will always be something that Nigerian journalists will never give up on. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Please give him another round of applause. Thank you very much.
Let's put our hands together for the truth.
Thank you.
It's my very special pleasure to be here today to speak to the very august audience, specially constituted to commemorate the 70th anniversary of that protective umbrella body for the entirety of the media industry in Nigeria, the Nigerian Union of Journalists. I'm not going to take too much of our time so that I don't get to bore the audience. My presentation is basically divided into three. I'll be looking at the concept of the artificial intelligence, which is just evolving, although it's been some time since it came into inception, and we are getting to familiarize. I'm going to look at the accruing benefits from the use of artificial intelligence by journalists. I'm also going to alert us to the manifesting challenges and come up with solutions specifically fashioned to our domestic environment here. Artificial intelligence is transforming journalism through automation, data analysis, and personalization. It offers efficiency in terms of reach and speed of dissemination of the output of our various media genres, which of course also keep burgeoning with the inception of the internet, which scholars have come to agree to label as technology of freedom. Artificial intelligence has come to help to increase journalism's performance by way of speeding up the process of our work. Until very recently, for instance, a famous newspaper in Nigeria, The Punch, will insist that an average outstation correspondent should turn in an average of 4 stories per day. But with the inception of artificial intelligence, this story has come to change completely. DataFight, one of the leading media-inclined tech organization in Nigeria, recently revealed that with the facilities that it has come to develop, harvesting data on daily basis from the website of the Nigerian Board of the Statistics Body would easily generate no fewer than 73 stories. So if with AI, as many as 73 stories could be generated within a day, what is the capacity? How far can the competence or the capacity of any average journalist take him? AI in the various newsrooms has taken effect in different parts of the world. Some scholars have established that at AP, for instance, AI became an effective part, an integral part of the newsroom since 2014. The Washington Post, as far as 2016. And today, only very recently, less than 2-3 months back, our own TVC announced that it was going to commence the integration of the use of AI into its production, particularly presentation of news. But the reality really is that AI is becoming increasingly visible, but it is not so much of a recent development. As far back as 2009 and 2010, when Google came up with one of its applications called Google Alert, anyone who is familiar with that particular application will readily agree that that may have commenced the manifestation of artificial intelligence. As a matter of fact, at my own personal level, I tried as much as possible to liberalize journalists' access to the use of Google Alert. I also tried as much as possible to see how I could get information managers in the public service to automate media monitoring and evaluation with Google Alert, because it then becomes much easier and then enables you to cover far more than you can get to cover manually. Today, AI can be integrated into the 3 major phases into which our work in the media could be divided: information production, information dissemination, information consumption. Because as media men, before you are even able to also get to put into the public space reliable and valid information, you must also get to consume reliable information from reliable sources. But then, the stories about AI is not all positive. The use of AI has come to raise the issue of ethical considerations. How much or to what extent can we get to rely on AI for each of the 3 different phases already identified? If we are going to rely on AI for information production, the major danger that lies here is that of plagiarism. So fact-checking is one thing that we must ensure that we reckon with most properly. Yet another risk that we may run with AI is the problem of dishing out incorrect information. The reality is that those who feed information into AI may not necessarily be familiar with all the regions of the world. And so, the point is that for those of us in this part of the world, because AI is still a novelty, we are not putting in as much as we need. And as such, the output may not be as domesticated as we expect, because it's a matter of garbage in, garbage out. It's not unusual for anyone to, for instance, want to Google the photograph of our eminent father here, Arema Olusegun Oshoba. And when you try to do a Google search of his photograph online, you may then end up harvesting the photograph of Professor Segun Osoba, the renowned historian that retired from the University of Ife. You may as well attempt to do a Google search or ChatGPT research of your own profile. You will be surprised what you may end up harvesting. On a number of occasions, I have attempted to undertake research with assorted AI facilities, trying to find out who Tunde Akane is. And it will come up with details matching some other Professor Akane. As a matter of fact, sometimes Professor Akane in Greek, in medicine, and such other intellectual realms. But I'm in communication, I'm in journalism specifically. So these are some of the risks that we stand to, that we risk by over-relying on AI. What this points out to us is that although AI has come to stay, we cannot afford to shy away from technology. The reality is that AI will need human complementarity. For as long as we want to use AI, then on our own part, we must be equipped with the basic knowledge that will help to fine-tune or help to validate whatever information that we expect from the use of AI. So where do we go from the challenges that AI may likely thrust on us? It is imperative for an organization like the NUJ, for instance, to ensure that AI, being an extension, a major extension of what scholars have come to describe as technology of freedom, should ensure that the main legislation that governs the use of digital technology in the media, the Cybercrime Prohibitions Act of 2015, is duly repealed. And why do I say this? This act provides for Cybercrime Advisory Council. Cybercrime Advisory Council in the act provides for a very long list of different professionals from different sectors of the economy. But in spite of the centrality of the technology, of digital technology to the operations of the media, indeed all the genres, all the media genres, not a single media inclined organization is included in the list of the membership of Cybercrime Advisory Council. Yet another recommendation I will enjoin the NUJ to do is ensure that they step up collaboration with journalism training schools. Because this will enable NUJ and some other media-inclined organizations to continually update and complement the efforts of each other. The industry feeding the academy, and the academia servicing the industry. Unless, and of course, we deem this complementarity important and give it the urgency that it deserves, we may not get the best from the use and the integration of AI into our practice. Let me stop here.
And we want to say congratulations. I am very delighted that we have with us here the living ancestors of the profession. Those who have paid their dues, the former presidents, former secretaries. In this case, we see male ancestors and female ancestors. They are all living and they are all with us. It demonstrates the kind of leader, the kind of president that we have today as president of NUJ. Because you did not leave out those who have gone ahead of you. You know, it is said that when a child recognizes that his height may not go far enough, he climbs on the shoulders of his predecessors, his elders, and so on. That is what you have done, and that goes a long way to demonstrate the kind of person that you are. Listening to the speeches so far, I see three things about the NUJ. One is the journey of responsibility. You took responsibility right from time as the organization that challenged the colonialists and stood for independence. So you were early in taking responsibility for the liberty and freedom of Nigeria. Today we are celebrating that freedom and we want to congratulate you. Secondly, I see what is coming out of that responsibility, and that is the story of relevance. When you take responsibility and you take responsibility very well, you become relevant. So the profession has become very relevant, and you cannot but continue to be relevant, especially now that we are in the era of democracy. Again, congratulations. I see the third one, which perhaps for me is very, very important, and that is the story of resilience. Ordinarily, the profession has suffered so much, especially during the time of the military, but you have stood the time. 70 years, that is platinum. And if you look at the ranking of metals, platinum is very strategic. So you have stood the time over this period. Congratulations. But I want to add, as I take my seat, for you to please, and I'll end with a short story. During the time of Abacha, Olaripodia General had a very important meeting, and he convened this meeting. It was a stakeholders meeting, and you know, for NIPR, once it comes to stakeholders, we come in. So everybody was there. The meeting was for 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, the people were seated, the general was not there yet. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and then 2 o'clock. And then a very important person in NUJ was at that meeting. I don't want to mention his name. He was at that meeting. And he was about to leave when the general now walked in. So everybody sat down. And then the general said, "What time is it now? This meeting is supposed to be for 10 o'clock. So he asked his chief of staff, "What time is it now?" The man said, 10 o'clock, Your Excellency. He said, okay, so the meeting starts at 10. So this program meant for 4 p.m. started at 4 p.m. when the important people came. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Please give him another round of applause. Dr. Ike Neliaku, President and Chairman of Council, NIPR. Thank you very much. A quick recognition of His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Ondo State, His Excellency Olaide Adelami, is here with us. Please give him a round of applause. Your Excellency, thank you for joining us. We also recognize the Commissioner of Police, FCT Ajao Adewale. Thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it.
Let's recognize Honorable Declan Emelumba. That's the Commissioner for Information and is representing the Imo State Governor, distinguished Senator Dr. Hope Uzodinma. Let's put our hands together for him. We also have with us here today the Oyo State Deputy Governor, Barrister Bayo Lawal, is represented here by, he's representing Governor Seyi Makinde. Let's put our hands together for him.
Thank you very much, sir. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if you check your program, we're now at that point for book presentation. And it's to be presented by His Excellency, Pastor Umo Eno, the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State.
Represented by Honorable Anyeka Umana, the Honorable Commissioner for Information, Akwa Ibom State. Let's put our hands together for him as he steps forward.
The book titled The Bleeding Ink. When the ink bleeds. That's something amazing for a title. Another round of applause for the representative of His Excellency, the Executive Governor.
Very good evening, Your Excellencies, our father of the day, and our very big brother, Your Excellency, Arimushegun Oshoba. A few days ago, he was our host in Lagos, during Uncle Sam's birthday. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kano State, the Honorable Minister, representatives of other governors here present, President of the NUJ and the council members, other presidents in the House. We are very delighted to be here this afternoon representing His Excellency the Governor of Akwa Ibom State. It's actually a delegation. I'm asked to speak, but who should be speaking because it's more strategic in the type of business than myself. Is the Executive Assistant and Chief Delivery Advisor to the Governor of Akwa Ibom State. Is actually the man who works the government around with him. But he asked us to come here this evening to be part of this event. I'm sure most of you must have, as you already know, that we had a big show in Uyo today. We had progressively moved to join our daddy and the Honorable Minister and others in participating in the larger conversation of Nigeria. Distinguished Senator, I'm just seeing you now. I'm sorry, sir. Very well. Good to see you, sir. Very well. So we had to run out of Uyo shortly after that event and got here this afternoon. So we thank God for a safe journey. So the Executive Assistant and Chief Delivery Advisor is Mr. Niefe Johnson. So he is the one leading this delegation, but I'm the one asked to speak, so I will do so. I want to, on behalf of His Excellency the Governor, congratulate the NUJ on the occasion of his 70th anniversary, and of course putting together this beautiful show this evening. I have seen from the program, even though His Excellency is here to see the book, but he is asked to present it, Bleeding Ink. Well, it underscores the importance of what the NUJ stood for in the last 70 years. And I've tried to see some of the summaries as put together by Shuaibu Usman Liman, I think the former Secretary of the Union, and this resonates with the thoughts of the Union as all the time. But more than that, we ran into the lecture by shortly before the last goodwill message, and issues of AI and issues of reinventing journalism and the way it should be came to fore. And I think the time is now for the traditional journalism to reinvent itself. We must reinvent ourselves and reinvent the things we do so we don't disappear. In these days of AI, yes, people get afraid. AI will never take our jobs, except AI will only aid our jobs. AI should be an enabler. It has no business because AI will never replace a human being. AI will never stand as we are standing here with Aremu himself and so on. Otherwise, touch the AI, let me see. Where is AI? So these are all imaginations and so on that we must shape to allow us to do our work better. So His Excellency the Governor of Akwa Ibom State has asked us to express his goodwill to the NUJ on the occasion of his 70th anniversary. He's asked the NUJ to continue to partner with the state as it has always done. And as you know, what press freedom in Akwa Ibom State is at its best. The relationship with the media in Akwa Ibom is at its best. In fact, the chairman of the NUJ Akwa Ibom is here and has been on this to ensure that we leave a very important event that we had in Uyo to attend yet another important event in Abuja, because this is a professional calling. So we have come here on behalf of His Excellency to unveil, respectfully, sir, this book. Shabu, you are here. Good to see you. To unveil this book to the glory of God, sir, and for the benefit of journalism practice and mankind as a whole. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations.
And there you have it.
I'm not done. In the spirit of the Arise agenda in Akwa Ibom State that represents agricultural revolution, rural development, infrastructure expansion, security management, and educational development. People see us where Arise, sometimes they think it's the TV. No, that's the acronym for the development, the superlative development that is taking place in the state. And I will invite some of you to come and see those who can. The president of NIPR was with us in Uyo yesterday for NIM. I don't know how he got here. He didn't tell us he has a jet. And so on. So, Honorable Minister, Your Excellencies in the House, Your Excellency has asked us to pick few copies of this book and support its production in the sum of 20 million naira.
Thank you very much. For pictures, we invite all past presidents of the NUJ. We invite the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the Honorable Minister, sir. Please, you are invited for a picture. And all past presidents of the NUJ are invited for picture upstairs. The picture will be up so it can take more people. The Director General of the FRCN, Director General of Voice of Nigeria, invited to join them. Since we are going up, past presidents of NAWOJ, if possible, will also join them. Just pick a book.
Yes, so that we don't have a very heavy stage. Let's do it. The past presidents first. Past presidents, please step up.
Past presidents of NUJ, past presidents of NAWOJ, past presidents of NAWOJ,
Stand
past
by.
presidents, please join
Stand
them.
by. Let them stand by.
The chairman of the occasion represented, please join them, sir.
NAWOJ, past presidents of NAWOJ, and the president, the current president, please step up.
The deputy governors are invited. We're directed that the deputy governors are invited, particularly to also launch the book. The president of the NIPR and chairman of council, Dr. Ike Neliaku, should please join for the photograph. MD Nan, please join, sir. MD Nan. So we'll have this in turns. The governors will be coming next after this set of pictures.
The Executive Secretary of Shippers Council, please step up and join them at the podium.
Special Advisor to the President, Mr. Sunday Dare, is invited to also join, please, sir. So, we will now have the Nawaj former presidents
and the current president. Please step up.
Okay, Daddy, you can hold me. Dr. Sunday Dare will be joining them, special advisor to the President of the Federal Republic. Dr. Sunday Dare, to please join them. He's there now. Okay. So let's take that picture now with the Nawaj former presidents. His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kano State. His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, is also invited to join Borno State. Thank you. Thank you very much. Former presidents with the governors. Former president, thank you very much, Nawajians. You can now step down, the former Nawaj presidents. The former NUJ presidents with the governors. The special advisor to the president is to be in that picture, this one right now, Dr. Sunday Dare. Sir, please return, sir. This one with the governors. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Deputy Governor of Oyo State is also there. The microphone is available for Excellencies, the Deputy Governor, to at this point also launch the book.
The representative of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, represented here by our own Alhaji Idris, the publisher of Blueprint. So he's not just Minister of Information. He was, until he became the Minister of Information, the General Secretary of the Newspaper Proprietors Association of Nigeria. So he's really one of us. So he's here even in his own capacity as a publisher. I hope he will pay the pensions of journalists, because I saw the chairman of the pension commission says we are only saving 50 million. Honorable Minister, you are welcome. All deputy governors that are here, I don't want to make the mistake of picking you up by one. The Deputy Governor of Bauchi has spoken on as the first to speak. I welcome all of you on behalf of your governors. We don't want to waste time on protocol. So, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to this ceremony. But before we go ahead, I will plead with you that we stand up for a minute silence for one of our greatest in this NUJ, Dola Ogulusi. He was our secretary for upward of 13 years. He died at 91 and is to be buried, I think, next week. May we stand up for a minute silence in his memory. Thank you. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Well, I stand here on behalf of those of us who are the oldest, and I speak in terms of myself and Sam Amoka, who turned 90 last week, Friday, 13th of June. Well, looking at the program, I found that somebody is missing out. Yes, Alhaji Alade Oduowo's brother, Bolaji Oduowo, was the founding president of the NUJ, but he was followed by Lanre Ladenego. And the period between 1961 and 1970 is missing here, and that was the period that Lanre Ladenego was the president of the NUJ. Although the NUJ was then mostly concentrated more in Lagos than any other place, because then we haven't founded the New Nigeria, the Observer, the Chronicle, the Standard, the Triumph, and so many other newspapers that were founded after. But in my book, there's a picture taken 60 years ago of the NUJ convention in Ibadan, hosted by the then Premier Akitola. That was the 10th anniversary and the first national convention of the NUJ. So I'll leave a copy of this book for the secretariat, and I will send more to Mr. Chairman. Let me open the page of where the picture is for you. Come on, I want to present it formally to you. This is the picture taken at that convention. I was standing behind the Premier Samuel Ladoke Akitola. Unfortunately, a few weeks after the convention, he was killed in the 1966 coup. We had the convention December 1965. So we are now celebrating 78th anniversary. So I will send you some copies for the secretariat for your record. If possible, we'll do a picture of this picture. There, you will see Lanre Ladenego as our president of the NUJ in 1965. Thank you. The lecturer, professor, has spoken about the cooperation that you must have between the media, faculties, and the practice. I am very proud, just as Samamuka is very proud, that the NUJ today is a very solid family. You have gone through a lot of travails, problems, divided house, NUJ factions, but today we are happy that our own NUJ is one big family. I am proud to say that the only body that is the body for all of us journalists is the Nigerian Union of Journalists. I will continue to repeat that the Nigerian Guild of Editors is just a club. Newspaper Proprietors Association is just a club. NAWAJ is a club. SWAN is a club. Broadcasting Organization is a club. All other bodies, online practitioner is a club. Bloggers, you are all a club. But the only father of the profession is the Nigeria Union of Journalists. And I am proud to be a member of this great Nigeria Union of Journalists for the past almost 70 years. So I am grateful to all of you who have kept the flame and the flag flying. And I pray that you continue to keep the flag flying. Not everybody can be member of the Guild of Editors, unless you're editor. Not everybody can be publishers, like our minister. Not everybody will be sports writer to be in SWAN. Not all of us are ladies to be in NAWAJ. So there is separation in all these things. So the NUJ, and I want to thank all of you, all past presidents. Can you please stand for ovation, please? All our past presidents who have kept us alive till today. All those who have been national officers, could you please stand up and get a standing ovation? God is the way you are allowed to sit down. All those who have served in the national body, can you please stand up for a standing ovation? All of you who have served in whatever capacity, who have served whether at state level, zonal level, national level, please stand up to be recognized. I want to thank you for keeping the profession going. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. God bless the profession of journalism. Finally, I found that in the book, you have a membership list up to 1980. Please, NUJ, set up a website at which you must publish the list of those of us who are trained journalists. We are daily being embarrassed by some stupid people who call themselves bloggers, who are not trained, who have no knowledge of the profession, who are embarrassing us. Please let us have an updated list, because the book you published, I just scanned through, you only have up to 1980. Mr. President, you have a challenge. Can you please ensure that we have an updated members of the Nigerian Union of Journalists who are trained journalists, not those who claim to be investigative journalists who have no training whatsoever. Secondly, I want to appeal to all of you. I was born an analog journalist, but I can tell you today, I am a digital reporter. Before I go to bed, the first newspaper that comes to me is the Daily Sun around 11:30, 12 midnight, followed by Guardian by around 12 o'clock, and then the Leadership. But before 5 in the morning, I will have received online the This Day and then Vanguard. But by the time I have my final sleep between 7 and 9 in the morning, I've read about 4 or 5 newspapers. So all of us must learn to be digital, and we must also invade the internet. It's the only way that we can fight out non-partisan, non-trade journalists. Let us, all of us, be active online and create credible platform. I want to thank all of you. Now, Sam Amuka, if you are here, he will say now he will wish to die. But I've always told him he's not going to die, because the mother lived to 107. When he's 106, I told him I will take him to the gate of heaven and hand him over to the angels. So those of us who are still alive, we are grateful to all of you young people for keeping our profession, making us proud, and keeping this profession alive. God bless you. and long may you live. Thank you.
Let's keep the ovation going. So we'd like to call on all the former presidents of NUJ. Would like you to step up to the podium.
Including
all
those
former presidents.
including those who are possibly represented. National President, 1955 to 1960, Mr. Mobolaji Odunewi, if he is represented. Oduewu, okay. And we have Peter Ayeni, if he's represented. Alhaji Saka Fagbo. We have Chief Abimbola Odulami, Alhaji CD Ali Siraju, and
Chief Michael B. Asaju, if he's here, 1977 to 1980. If we have a representative, let him come up. Also, Alhaji Bola Adedoja. Is there someone representing to pick up on his behalf? Please step up. Chief Judge Izobo, please. All past presidents, please step up to the podium.
Bonnie Waha, Lanre Ogundipe, Smart Adeyemi, Ndagene Ndamale, Muhammad Garba, Abdulwahid Odushile, Chris Isiguzo.
And the award will be presented by,
of course, our father, the father of all journalists.
and all the governors who would be collecting awards today should also please stand by. We still have some past NUJ National Secretaries, Chief Olu Oyesoya. If there's a representative here, would like you to step up. Jola Ogulusi, Mr. George Anyakora, Khalid Mohammed, Shaibu Usman Leman, Comrade Achike Chude. I'm sure he's available here today. So if you're representing any of those past secretaries, please step up also and pick up the awards on their behalf.
So as they all step up, the awards will now be presented by His Excellency Commander of the Federal Republic, Honorable Olusegun Oshoba. So it will now be presented.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency is here present. The father of the occasion, our father, Aremu Segun Oshoba. I think that he needs to write another book on how to live and live well. Chief Segun Oshoba is 86 years old, and I wonder how he's doing it. Really, at every occasion that involves the media profession, Chief Segun Oshoba is always there. I will recount how, and I call him the Oracle, because we were in a meeting in Lagos in 2003, in September, the last AGM I attended of the Newspaper Proprietors Association of Nigeria as Secretary General of the association. And we came up with a set of requirements that we say we are going to pass on to the federal government. And those requirements were things that looked at the practice of media in Nigeria. And he said something quite prophetic, that we said, how I wish they will listen to us. He said, let's keep writing it. We don't know whether the next person that will become the Minister of Information will be from the NPN. And 2 weeks after, I was appointed Minister of Information and National Orientation. It's not easy Chief Shogun Oshoba, for all the years. When you were speaking here, I was wondering whether I belong to Nigeria, because you were giving us a story of 70 years old, and I know that I wasn't around. And I know that many of us here were also not around. You needed to see Chief Shogun Oshoba only last week at the 90th birthday of Chief Sam Amuka, CON. These two gentlemen actually represent the best of the practice of journalism in this country. Thank you for the services that you have rendered. And there's also something that I have noted, Mr. President of the NUG. I don't know whether it is deliberate. I have noted Their Excellencies, the Deputy Governors of Oyo, of Kano, and of Bauchi. And the three of them are not members of my party. So I'm wondering whether this is another coalition happening here at the Thank you, Your Excellencies, the Executive Governors of Bauchi, of Kano, and of Oyo, and other commissioners and other representatives of the governors of Imo, Akwa Ibom, Kogi, Borno, and my state, Niger State. The representative of the chairman of the occasion, my friend, my brother, Chief John Momo, the president of the NUG and all the past presidents here, the special advisor to the president, my friend, my brother, Chief Sunday Dare. The list is so long that you will have to permit me to cut it at this point. As has been mentioned, I'm wearing two caps today. In fact, the president of the NUG whispered to me that I'm actually wearing three caps. I'm still searching for the third one. But after listening to Chief Shogun Oshoba, I now see that yes, indeed, there is a third one that is subsumed. The President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, sends his warmest greetings to the Nigerian Union of Journalists on this special occasion to commemorate the Union's 70th anniversary, which, as we all know, is March 15, the historic day in 1955 that the NUG was founded. From being in the trenches alongside Nigeria's most courageous journalists in the fight for the actualization of June 12 and forging lifelong connections with them, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu possesses an affinity with the Nigerian press that is unparalleled in the history of Nigerian presidency. This affinity, alongside other qualities, drives the President's sacrosanct commitment to freedom of speech and of media expression in Nigeria. As we mark 26 years of continuous democratic governance in our country, the media must champion narratives that reflect the country's democratic gains, stories of institutional reforms, infrastructural development, citizens' engagement, and socio-economic advancement. By constructively spotlighting these milestones, the media not only honors the sacrifices that birthed our democracy, but also helps to promote national cohesion and public trust in democratic institutions. In doing so, the media solidifies its role as a key pillar in sustaining and deepening Nigeria's democratic journey. As I have said at many fora, and I will say it here again today, that the Tinubu administration will always be deeply committed to upholding press freedom as a pillar and as a cornerstone of Nigeria's democracy. And we will continue to promote and advance policies and programs that enable the media to thrive in the discharge of its responsibilities to our democracy and to our society. We know that the proliferation of mobile phones and the rise of citizen journalists and social media influencers have triggered questions regarding what it means to be a journalist in the 21st century. The rise of generative AI, artificial intelligence, in recent years has further complicated matters, bombarding us with a wave of deep fakes and sophisticated disinformation that make credible journalism more challenging and yet, at the same time, more urgent and essential than ever before. This is why we are cooperating with UNESCO. When I say we, I mean the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation. We are collaborating with UNESCO to establish here in Abuja a Category 2 Media and Information Literacy Center, the first of its kind anywhere in the world. When operational, this institute will be a transformational resource that will serve and advance the cause of ethical journalism in Nigeria. I thought we'll have a clap at this point. They say the Agama lizard, you know the rest of the story. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me reiterate that the Tinubu administration is very much aware of the various issues confronting the profession of journalism in Nigeria today, from welfare to the impact of digital and technological disruptions to gender balance and representation. And we are keen to work with you and support you to tackle these issues as we strive to reposition yourselves for the ever-changing landscape of the 21st century. Even as you hold us to account as government, and sometimes you are really holding us very hard. And we sincerely welcome much of this. But there's also room to see us as close partners and active co-creators.
I stand here on behalf of the former governor of Kogi State, the leader of our political class of the APC. And he has asked me to extend his appreciation for this gesture from the Nigerian Union of Journalists. And let me quickly add that he said that we have every cause to celebrate, not just by giving this award, but the fact is that under the Tinubu administration, the media has been very, very free in practicing our profession. And that I have known no report of any journalist that have been arrested in any way, in any form. I haven't said this. Let me quickly add that as far as Kogi State is concerned, we stand and we are in support of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We believe in the reforms he's carrying out, and we hold the view to say this, that more than any president in the last 30, 40 years, we have a president who is courageous enough to redirect the socio-economic affairs of Nigerian people. Today, we have so many projects that are aimed at improving the well-being of Nigerians, accelerating socio-economic development, and redirecting our nation. We stand to say that we're in support of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for another term as a state. And this is a message to all those who are gathering. Please gather, but please exclude Kogi State. As far as Kogi State is concerned, as a stakeholder myself, we stand for APC under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. God help Nigeria so.
Public Orientation and Strategy, Honorable Declan Emelumba. Can we put our hands together for him?
Next is His Excellency Pastor Umar Basi Eno, Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State, award as Best Governor on Infrastructural Development. Yahaya, award as Media-Friendly Governor in recognition of his support for press freedom and the media profession.
Let's call on His Excellency Governor Bala Mohammed, Bauchi State, Lifetime Achievement Award as Outstanding Veteran Journalist.
The Governor of Kano State, Abba Kabir Yusuf, award as Media Supportive Governor in recognition of his support for press freedom and the media profession. Represented by His Excellency.
Today is the first day I'm out since March.
He's not here.
I have been ill. I have had several surgeries, but I said I would come in today. Today stands for me a place of pride because the president of NUJ today is not just my protege, but is also my son. So I stand here like a mother, a proud mother, to celebrate a worthy son. This is your time. And we, on behalf of NAWOJ, will continue to support you. You will be one of the best by God's grace. The Nigerian journalists must brace up for what we have today. You cannot be left behind. When we have all players, all comers coming out to say they are journalists, we know ourselves. So we'll support you and ensure that we have a comprehensive diary that shows, that depicts, that also makes sure that only qualified journalists practice the religion, practice the profession. So on behalf of all of us, on behalf of Brenda Akpan, who is not here, and other past presidents, thank you for honoring us. God will honor you. We remain journalists for life, and we'll continue to work hard for that.
Please give them a round of applause. Thank you. To celebrate, all past presidents who are around should please join for this.
All past NUJ presidents.
Thank you very much.